PWB Podcast Hotline.
Now on the PWB Podcast Hotline, none other than MMA star James the Colossus Thompson. James, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks, mate. Nice to talk to you.
All right. Well, of course, your most recent fight was against Kimbo Slice at EliteXC's first ever show on CBS. What was going through your mind when you were offered to fight in the main event of the first ever MMA show on American network television?
Yeah, I couldn't believe my luck, to be honest. I didn't really think I deserved it coming off 2 losses either, but obviously I was just being put up there as a kind of fall guy for Kimbo to build him up, which I didn't mind. I was just grateful of the opportunity.
Yeah, so it was a pretty easy decision then to take that fight.
Yeah, it was not a hard decision at all. At the time, I decided to have a little bit of time out of MMA and just with a couple of losses, just get away from it and come back a bit later. So I was actually doing the TV show, The Gladiators, when I got the call, but like you said, it was an easy decision.
Now, going into that event, how confident were you that you could go in and beat Kimbo?
Yeah, I was very confident. I thought that Kimbo, aggressive, strong guy, good stand-up, but MMA takes a lot longer. Anyone who trains MMA and knows takes a lot longer to master all the facets of it than, a year or two. So I felt like I definitely had the advantage.
Well, early in the fight, how did you feel? Did you feel things were going your way?
Yeah, I didn't feel too nervous for the fight, but I was disappointed with the way I was shooting off my kind of punches. I was too apprehensive about his kind of power and his stand-up, and I was a bit apprehensive. I wanted to get to the floor too quickly. But generally, it kind of went the first round was pretty close, but I think I took that, and then I definitely took the second round.
Yeah, and James, during the second round, you actually had Kimbo pinned up against the fence, and landed a series of elbows. I mean, did you feel the fight should have been stopped then?
Yeah. I think if the guy can't, to be honest, I feel like I should have put the fight away there and then, without any questions. I should have finished the fight. But to be honest, I thought usually if a guy can't defend himself, I had him trapped there for God knows how long. I would have thought it would have been stopped, but it wasn't.
That's right, and I mean, you've had a little while to reflect on it now, and looking back, you must still feel that the fight was stopped early, when you were still on your feet. Yeah,
just for the very same reason I thought it should have been stopped in the second round, with me landing so many elbows, and it wasn't stopped. Then to go and stop it so early in the third. And give such a kind of benefit to Kimbo, I just thought it was blatantly unfair.
That's right. How's your ear doing now? Because we saw it pop during the fight. How is it?
It's much. I mean, it's never going to be quite the same. It's a good job I've got my sparking personality to kind of fall back on. But no, my ear's fine. I've been training and it's not kind of. He's not kind of blown up again or anything, so it don't look quite the same, but all in all, it's good.
Good. And what are your thoughts on the future for Kimbo? Do you think he's overhyped, or do you think he's going to have a good MMA career?
I think he's got to be. I think he's in a hard position where they can't give him anyone. They've got to be very selective of who they give him. I think he's. I think you've got to remember the guy hasn't been doing it too long. He started late in his career, and I think he's going to struggle with the wrestling and jiu-jitsu side, even if he improves, gets twice as good, he's still going to have difficulties. So yeah, I think it's going to be hard for him, especially with him being hyped so much. They've almost made it harder for themselves to kind of, it's almost whatever he does, he's going to get kind of criticised.
Okay, that's fair enough. And I mean, what's next for the Colossus? Have you got any fights lined up or anything in particular?
I'm looking for September, October time. Possibly in Japan, possibly for Elite, but that's the kind of time frame we're looking at. Just get as much training as possible in between then and improve as much as I can ready for the next one.
Okay, that's cool. And do you think we'll ever see you in Cage Rage again? I mean, we've seen you fight. You haven't been over there for a little while now, and but I'm more than sure that the English fans want to see you back in Cage Rage.
Yeah, I mean, I do like fighting in England. I haven't got a good record in Cage Rage. Things just haven't seemed to go my way there. But I'd love to get some of them a few fights and kind of what's the word, like retrieve a couple of losses against some opponents. So yeah, I mean, I'm always up for fighting anyway, and cage rage would be good a place as any.
All right, and James, have you ever had the opportunity to fight in the UFC?
Not. I mean, when Pride got bought out by the UFC, I was told that if I wait 6-7 months, I might have a chance to fight in the UFC. But obviously, that wasn't definite, and 6-7 months is a long time to wait to maybe get a fight. So that's the closest I've ever been. So not really now.
And you mentioned Pride. You had a very successful time over there in Japan. Do you think that you'd still be fighting for Pride if the company were around today?
Yeah, definitely. I think. I mean, you can never say 100% for certain, but I was pretty happy. I loved fighting the fans, the organisation. The other thing what was a bit kind of unorganised about the Japanese, if you will, were the fact that they change your opponents so often on a week's notice. You get someone else, but other than that, yeah, I loved fighting over there.
And you got to fight Don Fry over there, a legend in MMA. What was it like not only competing against him but defeating him?
Yeah, I mean, that was great. I mean, Don Fry was a guy who I'd watched when I first started getting into MMA. He was a kind of big role model for me, and then to fight him on such a big show like the last ever Pride, a kind of a guy I'd looked up to and watched throughout his MMA career. That was a massive moment for me to actually fight him and beat him. So yeah, that's definitely one of the highlights of my career.
Well, one last question for you, James. As a heavyweight, I have to ask you this. Who do you think is the best heavyweight right now in the world? Do you think it's Fedor?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, he kind of been got criticised a lot for not fighting top opposition, but now with the Affliction and other organisations, really making a push and putting on good shows, I think he's going to get a chance to showcase, what he's really about. And the way he kind of defeated Tim Silver the other week, he made it look easy. So yeah, I definitely think it's Fedor.
And let me follow up to that really quickly. Who do you think the best is pound for pound? Is it Fedor? Is it Anderson Silva, BJ Penn, somebody else?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's very hard to when you say pound for pound. I'm a big fan of BJ Penn. I think he's excellent. If his conditioning's down, I don't see anyone beating him. Again, you got Fedor, Anderson Silva. That is a hard question.
Yeah, well, James, thanks so much for coming on the show. And of course, everybody can check out your official website at thecolossus.co.uk. Anything else you want to plug before we get out of here?
Yeah, just want to say thanks to all my fans at the War Wagon, always supporting me, always being there for me, and it's goals noted and it's appreciated.
Well, thanks for coming on, James, and best of luck in your next fight this fall.
No, I really appreciate it. Thanks for the time, guys.
Cheers, James.